The high school I went to was known for many things. We had a football and basketball team who pretty much always made it to state, and we were state champions many years in a row. We had an award-winning cheer team, and the building was known to be haunted. The stories circulated around town, and you either believed one or the other. There were even debates at town festivals about which side was right. Half the people in town believe the building is haunted by the spirit of the favorite janitor who took his own life after finding out his wife was cheating on him with the football coach. The other half believes it's the spirit of a young girl who passed away from the flu years ago when the high school building used to be the elementary school. Those people believe she haunts the building because she's stuck in a routine of getting up and going to school. I'm not going to tell you which I believe right now, because it'll ruin the story. My freshman year, I tried out for the football team, and to my surprise, I made the cut. Not many freshmen make it on the team each year. Practices started right away and were every day after school, except for game days, of course. Sometimes we even held weekend practices if there was a particularly difficult team we were playing or a big game coming up. After our first practice, I was tired and ready to take a quick shower and walk home. We only lived a few blocks from school, and this was the first year I was finally allowed to walk home alone. It was embarrassing the year before in 8th grade having my mom come walk me home every day. I was pretty shy, so I hung back until most people were in and out of the showers to take mine. After my shower, I headed to my locker to throw on my regular clothes and grab my backpack, when I heard someone laughing, more like giggling. Wait, it was a girl in the boys' locker room. I was red with embarrassment because I was just in my boxers and socks at this point. Hey, get out of here, some of us are still getting dressed, I yelled. Hurrying to get my clothes on and leave, I slammed my locker and headed towards the door. Again, I heard a few giggles. This time it sounded like it was coming from behind me. I whipped around, but didn't get a good look at who it was. I only caught a dark ponytail swaying behind whoever it was, darting out of sight. I ran after her to confront her, but there was no one around. There was no door the way that she ran. She would have to be hiding in one of the lockers. I didn't get it. Where could she have gone? I knew I had to hurry and get home so my mom didn't send a literal search party out for me. I was already 20 minutes past the time I had estimated. Lo and behold, my mom was standing outside the school, looking frantic. The next day, I was late getting to the locker room to change for practice, so I was rushing through the process. I was all geared up, about to throw in my mouth guard, when my locker slammed behind me, making me jump. There was a little giggle from somewhere a few feet away. Hey, not funny, that scared the crap out of me, I yelled. On my way out the door after practice and a quick shower, I saw the little girl with the long dark ponytail again. Hey, are you lost? Do you need help? I asked. But she just turned towards me and motioned for me to follow her. I wasn't sure what she wanted, but just in case she needed help, I figured I better follow her. She disappeared around the corner, down the main hall with the most classrooms, so I turned the corner to follow her. Then I saw her duck into a classroom, so I made note of which one, getting there as quickly as possible. But when I turned into the classroom, no one was there. I stood there, baffled at where she could have went. There were no closets in the room, no doors or windows that she could have gotten out of. Suddenly, I heard her giggle. Astonished, I turned to see her standing in the doorway. How did you get there? You were just in here, I said. I really thought I was losing my mind at this point, but she again motioned for me to follow her. Again, I did follow her. She took off running this time, giggling the whole way down the hallway and out the door that led to the old playground. Following her lead, I took off after her. I heard her coughing and it sounded pretty rough, so I said, "Why don't you sit down, take a break, you've been running a lot." She sat down right on the wood chips and started throwing some of them around. Do you want me to call your mom or dad? Do they know you play here after school? I asked. Who are you talking to, Joshua? I heard a perplexed voice behind me. Mom, what are you doing here? I thought you were going to trust me to walk home this year, I said. Well, I tried, but I worry too much, and I had to come check. And who were you talking to? The little girl with the black ponytail. Didn't you see her? I asked. Josh, did you take a spill during practice? No one was out here the whole time I was walking up to you, Mom said. The rest of the season, I had other similar encounters with the little girl with the long dark ponytail. Each time, she led me out towards the playground or into empty classrooms. She never would talk, but I feel like she almost just needed a friend. I had a feeling at the beginning of this story it might be the little girl. The people who believe it's the janitor apparently need to spend some time at the school. Thanks for writing in and allowing me to tell your story. If you have a paranormal story to share, email it to the address in the description below, and I'll tell it in an upcoming video. Don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And with that, see you tomorrow, friends.